A, 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 a. We're live. We are live. Fucking OBS and Discord. We are live. I hover over OBS for a second and it focuses the window, and for some reason my push-to-talk doesn't work when OBS is focused.
Astonishing.
Oh, well. Look, me and technical difficulties go hand in hand. Welcome back to Necromunda. It's been a hot minute. How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Faceless crowd as of right now, because nobody has said anything in the chat at the moment, so I don't know if anybody's even here. But still, hi. Hope you have a good one. I am Trisky. I run this channel, Unlucky Rolls, and joining me is this local group of chucklefucks.
Hi, chucklefucks.
No, you.
Welcome back to 3 cardboard cutouts trying to get some character development.
Yep, so we are back in the Underhive, and last session, y'all murdered a bunch of mutants in the sewer area to get at their big old stash of weapons and stuff. So for the time being, and for the foreseeable future, you aren't really going to have to worry about having guns and munitions for people in your gang.
Mm-hmm.
However, you still need to worry about getting somewhere to properly store these and getting people to actually fucking use them for you, because you're still a pretty small gang. Mm-hmm. However, in the meanwhile, we have time skipped forward about a week into the future. Everyone's gotten a chance to heal up a little bit. 32 was hit pretty damn hard during that fight because he tanked a ton of the damage. And so you've had time to get your injuries healed up and new scars formed to add to your list of scars that you hold in high honor for yourself in some alternate universe. I don't know. But regardless, you are all back to full strength, full wounds, and full strain. And as we start up the session today, back at the home base, you find that something you've noticed a little bit that is unwell is your food stocks. As with this time spent healing up and such, you haven't had time to really go about doing any foraging, trading, etc. to get any food. And so while you have just been eating through your rations and reserves, you've noticed that it is starting to get relatively low. Assumedly, either you or the other gang members need to, in some way, do something.
Right. Well, we do have a decent chunk of people now. I would say that being able to send some of them off would be very beneficial. Like, we have munitions, we have an extra vehicle, we have lackeys. Over the past week, I'd say that I guess we've come up with some ideas, yeah. At least a little bit in terms of what we want to do.
As much as CC hates them, I'm sure like in chat knows somebody who's high on food and low on.
I mean,
munitions.
after our last outing, Lycan Champ, great in my book. Great guy. Not only did he deliver, but also got us very good deals. Couldn't be happier. So I would say Lycan Champ, most definitely. And then Lycan Champ could take some, I mean, I'll definitely say this not where anyone can hear me. Faceless disposable goons. With him in the event. I'd say we have some extra credit. We have some credits to spend digitally. How much, Sir DM, would we want to spend in credits for our gang size? Like, if he were just to kind of like buy it or maybe get like a bulk deal Like, how many credits do you think I should send? Mostly just because I don't know the actual like cost of food in game, or maybe I do in game, but I don't out of game.
Don't we have sort of group credits anyway?
You have basic credits, and the
That-
majority of the food in the Underhive, it's pretty, well, I wouldn't say easy, but it's relatively cheap to get what is effectively just Soylent Green Gruel.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you want anything more interesting than that,
Oh,
you
most
would
definitely.
you would need to go about going to more extensive lengths, finding people who are either in one of the guilds that pertains to food, like for example the Corpse Guild, who does meat, one of the merchant
Meat.
houses, something
Didn't
of the
we
sort.
Quote.
deal with the corp? Or no, we dealt with something that was
Some
like
fucking
that like
lunatic.
destroyed the corpse guild, or maybe he
Some
was a
lun-
part of the corpse guild. I
You
don't
dealt
recall.
with something that once was the Corpse Guild.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember it was essentially the first thing that came to my brain was the butcher, a
Mhm.
giant cleaver wielding monster that is like, get your shit and go.
He wasn't cleaver wielding, he had a cleaver in his head. He was wielding chain axes,
Right.
but yeah, same idea.
Yeah. My idea that I'd like to bring forth to the group, of course, in game. I think that our main focus is we don't know anything about any of the other guilds other than like what they are mainly known for. We don't actually know like what big purposes they serve and who's keeping who in check and who we could consider allies if we were to work with them, or who's going to stand in our way eventually. So I figured we could do like, well, of course, secure food, gather intel, figure out our allies and enemies, and then we have to come up with something that's going to make our gang have worth. Like, because currently all we are is a small little militia. Essentially, we don't have much. We don't have much pull outside of maybe a little bit of brute force that technically I have a feeling they've kind of just allowed us to do.
You haven't gotten on
Yeah.
anyone's radar yet, at least to your knowledge.
Yeah, we haven't irritated anyone other than the arena lady who let us go, who literally could have just murdered us. So I would say that all in all, we've gotten lucky so far that we have not attracted any attention, but we need to create worth that other people will need, and then that creates a shield because, you know, like if the Corpse Guild's controlling a lot of the food, no one wants the Corpse Guild to drop. Because then there goes the food. Or maybe, you know, whoever controls the drugs, people who want the drugs, will, you know, protect the drugs. So we need to figure out what's not in the market right now that we could fill.
Yeah, those are generally the things you're looking for.
had to
How would you like
take
to
a
start
step back.
about?
Are you all fine with just sending Like and Champ off with probably too many credits and then letting him deal with the food problem for now until we can find a better solution to that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Good. Well, that was easy. I'd say the next thing then is, I guess we should ask Sarah who she thinks we should get on the good side of, and then we should go and at least meet with them or talk with them. Maybe we don't tell them that we're an up and coming gang, but maybe, you know, we're kind of merchanty right now. We're on the side of kind of like mercenaries. I'd say that if we could do favors for these other gangs, maybe they could do favors for us, and then we can figure out who doesn't want favors.
All right.
or business.
Yeah, sounds like a fair enough plan to me. How do you go about approaching Creed?
I mean, exactly that. I would say that you know, regardless of how big or how many guns we have, we're still too small to ever make a big move, and that it'd be good to most likely make allies out of some critical players in the game right now.
So basically,
And
find the
if-
most fractured corner of.
I mean, yeah, either the most fractured people to take advantage of, or the most worthwhile people to work with. In her opinion, I would just want to know who, if anyone, we would try to be on good terms with. Because it's better to try and make allies before it is to make more enemies. Because we can literally be stomped out at any moment if we decide to start shit.
Very prudent way to approach it. So you approach Sarah Creed, and the first thing you're trying to do is find out what other players are in the area, right?
Mhm.
Because if you,
Yeah, I want to know what players either she has her eye on, or what players she wants to bring to the table, or bring what table she wants us to be at.
Yeah,
I have to remember that. I have to remember that we're trying to get into the space, not bring people into our space. They already have a space. We want to play at the big boys table, and who do we need to talk to do that?
Who needs to be stomped out, and do we need to stay with?
Yeah.
What heretics needs to be burned?
the first group that she mentions as you're going about is there's one group in particular that we should stay quite clear of and not get on the bad side of. The Goddess Adept are a... Have you heard of House Vensar?
Could I use common lore, or would that be uncommon?
You can use common lore because it's a hive-related thing. If you roll really well, I may have you roll then again. Yeah, 3 threats. 3 successes, 1 threat. So, the name Vansar rings a bell. It is one of the names of the major houses of the planet Necromunda. They are very well known for superiority of arms and equipment. They have basically some of the most cutting-edge technology in all of the hives on this planet.
Sorry, just for writing it down, what was the name again?
Vansaar, House Vansar.
Okay. Vansar, you got it.
And basically, there are some rumors here and there that they have dabbled in... Well, there's basically a consensus that they are some of the primo archaeotech hunters and gatherers on the world, or that they've already had it for ages. There are rumors that are spoken in whispers in dark corners of them using Xenos tech and other heretical means in some case because of the staggering level of technology. And they also are known to run a decent chunk of this hive in particular that you're in, or at least this level of the hive you're in. They are probably one of the biggest players in the area.
Okay.
They have a lot of very advanced, strange weapons, tech, and like mobility that a lot of other gangs don't have. Like if you were to compare them to, say, the House Escher gang, the House Escher gang are basically effectively just like militia grunts tech-wise compared to them. And when you went to the arena, you recalled like tons of them having like proper bolt guns and shit, so you really don't want to mess with Vansar as far as weapons go. As far as their actual like size of their gang, it can be about equivalent to some of the other gangs in some respects, but you do know that they have a decently significant front on this hive in particular, so they are a threat to you.
Okay, so stay on their good side.
Or at least don't get on their bad side, is what Sarah is recommending.
Which is good for us anyway, because I'm pretty sure that we wanted to go Artifact hunting, yes, that would be Archaeotech.
Yep,
Like artifact
Archaeotech.
hunting.
Archaeotech's
So
one
we
of
would
the
sell to
fancy
them.
things.
They're
Yeah,
one of the
you-
people that would essentially buy the Archaeotech from us. So I mean, that's good. So if we come across it, it would be nice to be able to
an
do
avenue
dealings
of
with
getting
them.
on their good side, is to sell them Archaeotech. However, if they find that you are impeding on their territory while they are doing their own hunts, that might have quite the opposite effect. Because if you impede their own abilities to hunt Archaeotech on their own terms, and instead of just
Gotcha.
hunting
So it's
Archaeotech
like a
where they don't
territory thing. They're
Yeah,
it's
if
not
you
like
hunt
a
Archaeotech
specific...
on their turf, they'll be pissed at you.
At the same
Okay.
time, when do you want to sell Archaeotech?
I mean, it depends on what we get. If it's something that we
Yeah.
can't utilize, but they can, that's going to be a lot
we'll
of
have to see in the
bargaining power
future.
because it'll be worth more than money. Sometimes having someone owe you a favor is worth, quite a bit.
If we
Yep.
get power armor, we probably won't have the material to fucking run it, but we can sell it.
The only one of you that could feasibly run any remotely decent power armor is actually you, Trey, and 32. And that's mostly just because you're built for that shit. But if you
I
keep
was
in
going
mind,
to
most of the
say-
power armor in this universe, you have to be biologically engineered to utilize it. So
Yeah, we won't be able to run the power armor or anything like that if we find it. But like,
and to be fair,
Bonsar
there
could
is
take
there
it
is
from the
power
power
armor.
armor.
There is power armor that regular folks can get, like rogue traders have and whatnot. But those are rogue traders. You're not going to get anything on that level,
Okay,
at
so
least anytime soon.
that's people to steer clear of, but future business dealings, maybe. I say that we're probably going to stay away from the Escher were the people that we went to the arena with, yes?
Yes, that was a group of Escher, and on the
Okay.
same note, she does mention that there is another Escher gang in particular that you might want to keep wary of.
Yeah,
I
I think we should just steer clear of, as we are all men, I assume,
Men.
or at least manly enough that they would probably not like us trying to be friendly.
So the group that ran that arena was actually a relatively small Escher gang in the grand scheme of
Oh
things.
God! Yeah, just the battle arena, small
Yeah,
little thing.
I mean that's one of their only main operations, to your knowledge.
Mhm.
There is another bigger Escher gang that Sarah Creed knows of. And you're not sure whether it's because she has had previous encounters with them or some other reasoning. But she basically says, yeah, if you don't want to get your balls crushed, stay away from the Witch's Brew.
Got it.
Basically, they are a larger Escher gang that are trying to make a small foothold in Hive Acropolis. So they haven't really established themselves fully in this hive yet, but they're trying to. They're pretty rapid. They're
Okay.
pretty tyrannically expansionist, and their leader is known as the Mistress and is affectionately, not so affectionately, called the Ball Crusher by many for how much she hates men.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. That is a good steer clear. So we definitely want to get on the Benassar's good list. What probably not Redemption. What about the Goliath? Or Orlok?
You've dealt with some Orlocks before in this area. That was actually session 1. That you had some Orlock outcasts, really. They were like fringe guys.
The ones that
ex-Orlocks.
were cursing at Sarah Creed and then immediately got
White.
bent.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah,
quote Sator.
well- We also had to deal with the Goliath rejects last session.
I thought those were just mutants.
Yeah.
No. Before we met the Admech, when we were selling the Promethean.
Yeah, you
Oh.
dealt with some of those guys on the road, some Goliath guys that were holding a toll bridge up to your northeast. Assumedly, that's some of their turf. So obviously, if you do anything over in that general area, you're probably going to get on their bad side if it negatively affects them, and
Or
even
we'll
if
have
it
to
just
pay for
neutrally
it if
affects
we
them.
profit from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but Lycan Champ did wonders on negotiating that in your favor. However, your knowledge on that particular Goliath gang is slim, and Sarah Creed actually
Yeah.
doesn't have much information on them, other than they obviously control
So
some of
that
the
might
road
not
networks.
be bad to learn in the grand scheme of things. But also venturing into the unknown, also not the safest option. Because we have people who deal with chems, people who deal with events, people who make drugs. I don't see us being able to make a nice little wedge into the market with anything.
We're too small to do
Reliably.
good, so we're probably going to do services.
Well, yeah. I'm just trying to see what service or what gang we might kind of sub-affiliate with for now. And, I mean...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, Delac is probably off the table, because Delac is very high-tech. They're one of the biggest gangs, I believe. Orlok might not be bad, as they kind of dabble in everything. Escher's off the table. Venusaur might be a good one to even just start with to go and try and make.
I feel like Venusaur will just be trade allies.
Right, but I mean that's still good, because when your business, when there are people trying to burn down your business partner's building and you need that building,
Yeah.
you'll help. But the issue is that we have to become worth helping.
Yeah.
And being with a more neutral gang will probably help us steer clear of making enemies right away anyway. So
At the same
people
time,
like Orlok and Venusaur might be the way to go, as they kind of just deal with everybody anyway as a more merchant-esque dealings. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
the thing is that right now we don't really have anything to offer them yet, because I doubt that we found any archaeotech in the loot pile from the mutants.
No, it was just enough ammo, guns, and armor that we are stockpiled for the foreseeable future. I don't think we want to get into drug making, as that's a very that steps on toes. If two people are selling guns, that's not so bad. But if two people start selling the main,
the
drug
only
that people
reason to
want.
make drugs would be to give them to 32, but at the same time, Sigismund wouldn't fucking complain too much about it, but it's not like he would fucking encourage it.
Yeah, he wouldn't necessarily condone it, but he wouldn't condemn it either.
And the only drug I can't naturally produce is basically slot.
Also, all of the fucking Imperial relics that were there are going in this corner. I cannot. There.
So, I mean, digging up Archaeotech sounds like it's literally going to be one of the stepping stones, because we'll either find Archaeotech that will benefit the gang and immediately put us into a position where we can defend ourselves, or it will immediately give us an in with Venusaur. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep saying Venusaur. It's...
So, more specifically, it's not the Datus Adept are a branch of House Venusaur. That's the overlying
Datus
one.
Adept. Gotcha.
Datus Adept. Yep, I typed that in the chat. Oh, wait, no.
No.
That is a specific gang I typed in the Discord for you guys. That is their name.
Thank you.
Those are the guys that have a very strong local presence, and that she said basically don't get them pissed off immediately, please.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Dealing with them, I will deal with like I'm in a very high-class jewelry store. Don't touch, don't look too long, no pictures, not too many questions.
Yep, sounds about right.
All right. So the current plan is basically mercenary work, archaeotech, and it's either keep or sell.
Mm-hmm.
Or we either find archaeotech and sell it, keep it, or we find not archaeotech, and we see how we can see where the most fractured niche is and try to fucking fuck it up.
The first thing that we might want to just consider overall before we even get into the mercenary work is we need to know all the gangs in the area. We need to know what ones are looking to play and what ones do not want any dealings.
With that, if you don't mind me asking next, is there anyone in here who is more of a respectable emperor worshipper?
There are Cotter gangs that exist. Notably, in this area, they are basically treated as terrorists.
Yeah, are they the redemption cult? Are they a part of it?
The Redemptionist cult is part of House Cawdor. Cawdor are the ultra-religious guys that even make like most Sigmarites in fantasy blush at how extreme they are.
The kind of people where doing like a bomb vest is an initiation.
Yeah, basically.
Oh Lord.
They have arguably the worst tech out of all of the gang because they're using scrap shit and their armor is bullshit. Because they are very their entire mentality of the redemptionist cult is that nobody is deserving of redemption. We're all fucked. So they're like a doomsayer kind of cult. And so they don't treat themselves nice.
Right.
But they don't treat anyone else nice either.
Redemptionist cult, good rating target.
Yeah, Sigismund, is that something you'd want to pursue?
Mm.
I mean, maybe not the super fanatics, but maybe do you want to start setting up a chapter yourself? Like, do you want to bring a chapter to the gang?
One, he would have to determine where their faith actually lies, and second, definitely yes, with a dot at the end.
All right, so maybe setting up a chapter for the Emperor here wouldn't be so bad. That would bring in I assume tithing is an appropriate term for, people paying to come for religious service.
Yeah, religious ties. You could become a mega church.
No.
I mean, that's a good way to bring in money. A good way to yeah.
Totally no political commentary here.
Making a mega church in Necromunda, infinite money glitch.
Infinite money glitch. No, that might not be bad though, because if we can convert maybe the less the ones who maybe aren't as crazy to in their own life or delve into self-suffering, maybe that would bring us in, one, a good chunk of numbers, and two, reliable, and I say this respectfully, fanatics.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like looking at Sigismund when I say that, and I'm like, that's fine to say.
Zeal is very important in the worshippers of the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing that Sarah Creed explicitly mentions, as far as local areas that you didn't necessarily ask specifically about, is a small group that she knows of vaguely in some of her dealings known as the Rats.
The Rats. Now that sounds like someone I want to work with. Actually, no memes, 100%. I love the sneaky gangs. Yeah. They're the people who get shit done.
They are not actually necessarily a full-blown gang. They are an elusive, dangerous, and sneaky small group of basically mercenaries that work on assassinations and intelligence gathering within the Underhive.
Shit. So they even have intelligence cornered. Well, I guess I assumed somebody would, but...
Have you seen our average intelligence scores across our team?
Right. I mean, Deloc does, but I mean, how many people can literally afford information for them, or how many people want to be indebted to them? What if we could get the Rats to work exclusive for a little while, and we could corner some information? Because they are
mercenaries. They'll work for money.
Yeah. Right.
However, the one thing she does mention explicitly about them is that initially getting contact with them is a little bit weird and tough. Cause they don't like openly advertise themselves.
Damn it! It's the Underhive Anonymous.
Yeah. You'll have to figure out some way to get in contact with them, which like you can do easily by making a big stink about it and announcing your interest in them, but that not be necessarily the best way to go about it because of the other
Rat mercenaries of unusual size. Frankly, I don't believe they exist.
Oh, shut up,
Okay.
you Skaven denier.
I'd say that maybe we just kind of wait for them to come to us, because if they're in the business of gathering intelligence, and if the Creed gang kind of gets going, they're going to want to either scout, get to know, or buy some information. And I'd say they might eventually come to us. And if they're coming to us looking to make a deal, that's probably better than us trying to be like, you know, where you at? Guys with information, guys doing lots of illegal stuff. Where are you?
I would like to make an announcement. We are looking to hire the rats are bitch ass motherfucker.
I knew you were gonna do that. Shut the fuck up, you bitch.
He pissed on my fucking wall. I knew exactly where he was going with that.
Okay, so...
But yeah,
I mean,
those are some of the major players that you know about in the area, other than, Paus Omega, the weird-ass tech boys, and the one guy from that corpse grinder group.
The surfer bro group that we dealt with, they said that they would eventually get back to us about possible archaeotech areas that either they were going to explore or that hadn't been thoroughly checked. At least if I recall, we were trying to like get information out of them, and they're just like, "Sorry, bro, don't know anything off the top of my head."
Yeah, I
And
mean
then I was like,
pretty
"Fair enough,
pretty
bro."
insular from what you gathered, considering they spend most of their time at a skate park. But
Right. Well,
but yeah,
we've got a chunk of credits.
Need is to find a lead on something that you can pursue.
Okay. Sigismund, any start tickle your fancy, or 32? If either one of you think that we should just go and try and find the archaeotech first is the better idea, or if you think we should do recon on the gangs.
Can I try communing with the Emperor, quote unquote, to see if I get anything?
Yeah, roll your dumb thing. Come on.
Also unpause.
Roll your dumb thing.
Also unpause the game, you bitch. 2 difficulty.
Yeah.
I did it.
In your dreams, you have received some form of message from the Emperor. It is a message, of course, but it doesn't bode very well for you. You may find something inevitably worth your while to your south. However, if you keep scrolling your goddamn mouse in the microphone, you'll get fucking nothing.
Zip,
What?
zip, zip, zip.
Oh.
Zip, 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 zip.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's just etching.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay,
This is just immersive roleplay of etching.
Yeah, he's etching his tablet.
Sorry, I got a new microphone. So
Sorry, my flames are actually like flick lighters.
I want to make the joke that my mouse
they're
scroll
just a
wheel
bunch
has...
of big lighters.
I want to make the joke that my mouse scroll wheel has no resistance, but whatever. So it doesn't make noise anyway. What's the actual warning?
You may find what you're looking for, at least as far as a lead to the south, but you are bound to encounter adversaries along the way. It is not going to be a simple journey, and it is not going to be without bloodshed.
So yeah, I'll just tell everyone else that, yeah, we can find something really good south, but we'll be fighting something or someone.
Aren't we all?
I guess I'll kind of ask Creed. I'll be like, which gang was maybe to the south?
Out of the groups you're looking into, the one that was to the south
Oh.
was mainly just the Witch's Brew.
Oh crap. But what we need might be there. Sigsbin 32? Yay or nay?
Before we
The
move on.
witches, what are they part of again?
They were the Escher group with the
Escher.
mistress.
Yeah.
I
Did
have
we-
specifically in my notes, Witch's Brew, bad, Nightmare, Ball Crush, bad. That's
We won't fear
very
any ball
very
crushing
good
if-
note taking.
your
We won't-
Zilla tree doesn't require becoming a eunuch, yes? So maybe
Look, man, we won't fear any ball crushing if we crush our balls for the Emperor.
you didn't tell me anything about ball crushing in the bedtime stories you told me about the Emperor.
All right, let me make a heavy melee weapon check.
Huh?
Anyway,
Well, I know we want to steer clear of them, but I mean,
do we want to
if-
send? In that case, do we want to send everyone with Lycanchamp, or how I prefer to call him, Monopoly Man?
well, Lycanchamp
Monopoly
is
Man,
going
yeah.
to take care of the food. I think
How
that's
is there only
the
one
best
female
idea.
NPC?
Because we
Son.
might need. Because if we are gonna go over there and fight, we might need someone with us.
Well, yeah, we can take. I guess quick question: did you roll up any like? I it's mean to keep calling them this, but I mean, do we have any just like generic grunt stat blocks that we're able to bring with us on missions? I don't want to treat them as expendable
It's
because
fine,
that's not
because-
like what I would do. But I mean,
But they are.
generic
They are.
soldier stat block for the sake of we don't want to bring a named NPC, but we do want help, and if they come back, we'll name them.
Yeah, basically the best way to go about doing that would be to do a quick recruiting session from some like mercenary group.
Okay.
That, or we could hire temporary mercenaries or something.
Or you could hire some random Joe Schmo off the side of the street who may or may not be decent at all.
Can you hold a pistol? Hell yeah, I can. You're hired.
Pulls it
Basically.
backwards.
I can give hatred to 3 people in combat, so hiring one person would be perfect. Or bringing another person along would be great.
Yeah.
From all the shit we got from the vault, did we keep anything for ourselves?
There was I don't think there was anything specific that we really needed. It was all just like
It was a
piles
bunch
and
of stuff.
piles of
I will take any
Munitions,
better
ammo.
armor.
any better armor.
What's your current armor?
It's probably the best basic armor. But god damn it, surely there's a carapace chest plate somewhere in there.
I'll say I'm rolling around with a flak vest. I'd say that's pretty good. Granted,
Same,
I
I
don't know any
believe.
better. I deal with guns. I don't deal with armor.
Yeah. Sadly not really on the armor front. It was mostly guns
Son
and
of a-
munitions.
We do have a lot of credits if you wanted to get some armor, if we want to get upgrades, because if his, divine sense says that there'll be bloodshed, I'd rather it not be ours. Is it
Maybe I
shopping
should,
montage time?
Maybe I should grab a better gun out of the ones we grabbed, because I think I only have a pistol currently.
Yeah, so basically any rudimentary level las or bolt weapon you can get your hands on.
No. I had found I think it was before you were playing. I had found a carbine, a bolter carbine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that I very much cherish. It's like factory new. It's like getting a gold skin in CS:GO.
Is it fine if I take a last pistol along as a backup then?
Yeah, just keep a note that anything you take from this generic stash is number one going to be minor damage because it's not in mint shape at all, and number two, actually no, number two, just it's gonna have minor damage on it. So if you add it to your sheet, it's minor damage.
So what does the minor damage do to it?
Minorly affects the stats of it, and if it gets to full damage, it breaks.
I currently have a stub revolver, so basically, unless there's a bolt pistol in there that's in decent shape, I do not care.
You would
Let me-
be able to get a bolt pistol with minor damage.
How much is minor damage? Is it 1, 2?
There is. So if you look at the status for any weapon and adjusting it, there's undamaged, minor damage, moderate damage, and major damage, and that's it.
If
With
just so
with
you guys
me-
know, as the gun repair guy, I can fix those if we have repair kits. So if we buy repair kits, I can fix them to non-damaged.
with me having a crossbow, I don't really need and the reload thing. I really don't need a last pistol because
So I got excited when they were like, "Our pistol's damaged." I'm like, "It's what?"
fair.
It's like a mechanic seeing a check engine light. It's like, what are you doing? Okay, well, I say then maybe we actually look to buy you some better armor because we have credits. We'll buy you some better armor. We'll get you some fuel for your torches. Is that what you do?
All right,
Some
I have.
promethium.
So yeah, pick up like just a little bit of like a flask of promethium. Make sure those things stay lit. Keep your morale up.
What's up, Trey?
No, I'm just wondering what to do with the stub revolver.
I
You
mean,
can leave it here.
you could keep it in some
Yeah.
case,
I
like
could
just
I
put
could-
it.
I could
In
dual
case the
wield.
bolt pistol breaks, it's not like it's that
Yeah, it's
taking
a
up much
backup
room.
weapon.
I do want to. If Lycan Champ is going, should we just let the Lycan Champ do all the buying for us, and we just throw credit?
Oh, like
through
send
that?
send him with a wish list and money, and then him come back and having maybe got us things depending on how we rolled.
This is
Yeah,
like we're playing a
Gentlemen,
lot
I
of,
was
like,
robbed immediately upon leaving the fence. Your money is gone. Fuck.
Mm.
I would actually be fine with that. That would also give us a
Give
chance to
something
kind of shop
realistic to do,
offline
yeah.
as well as
How close
Yeah.
is the food to the everything else?
Food is wherever the fuck you can get it in the Underhive.
Let's say we go buy food and buy the other shit as well.
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
that
you
we're
guys
just
aren't
giving
you
him-
guys aren't near any sort of recognizable straight up market. There's nothing of the
Mhm.
sort near you. So basically you're trying to find some form of contact that can get you knowledge about some other person. Basically you're trying to run up an information chain until you find somebody that can actually get you the shit you want. So at that moment it's a lot more difficult because you don't really have any established contacts for buying shit.
yeah.
So whatever Lycan Champ is gonna roll for you is gonna be probably like difficulty 4 or some shit.
Hmm.
And it would be the same for any of you on that. So
I mean, I don't know if this would be boring, but I mean, do we literally just want to do like an info session? Like where we go, we figure out the gangs, we figure out where the market is, like we figure out like our actual like areas and
Or
things
we
like
could
that.
just go south and see how it goes. But yeah,
I mean, I'm fine to roll the dice.
You want to just hop in the truck and drive to the city?
The Emperor said go south. I have gone south. What was there? All of my dead friends who were alive.
yes. I mean it's inevitably up to you guys, but I defer to your judgment.
Do we know
Yeah.
where the active corpse gang is and not the abomination?
Do you know if there
Abomination
are
was
any other
nice.
corpse? Do you have any other corpse gangs you know about? Because you killed the entirety of the one corpse gang that you found, except for that guy.
To be fair, I thought he killed them.
Nope, he was their leader.
Oh.
Yeah, you killed all of his dudes.
Surprisingly nice for a dude who just lost his gang.
Yep. No
Okay.
extra comment. No more info.
Yep. Yep. You know what? Sigismund, take us away. I will let your divine guidance lead us.
wonderful.
So down
I
south you
don't-
go.
I do think that we might want to just before going completely south, we try to find some schmo who looks decent at firing a gun.
I mean, if you want to just spend an amount of credits, I'll say that you find somebody along the way and just hand them a bolt pistol.
Yeah.
So you'll have a generic grunt guy with you.
Generic grunt. And then Lycan Champ's gonna be, while we're off doing this, he's gonna be doing our grocery list of things. Like the food and then finding armor, and then I guess he could gamble with the leftovers.
Yeah,
Basically.
I'll try to get him to maybe find some special bolts later after the session ends, but we'll see.
Okay. I'll make a note of some things that I'd like him to look for, and then that'll give you time to, in between sessions, kind of like pick and choose what things we could or couldn't find, and
Yeah,
allows you to,
I'll
like,
be
take
able
your
to do
time.
rolls and stuff in the background.
Nice. Okay, I will just make my little side list then. Are we bringing? So going to all of them. Hello, Equire.
Yeah, I was going to say we could either bring random grunt or acquire. Or both.
Portman's our medicine guy. I remember that. Who was the super driver? Was that Equire? That was Equire.
That was
wasn't it?
Equire.
Yeah, that was Equire.
He wasn't a super driver. He was the only one comparable to you in skill.
Right. Well, I guess we're only bringing one this time. I say we bring what? Lycan Champ and Portman?
Is Lycan Champ going to do the shopping later then or off screen?
Oh wait, you're right. You're right. We don't want to bring him with us.
I mean, Lycan Champ can just bring the speedier looking car along and he'll probably be fine.
Alright, we'll say Equire drove Lycan Champ so that they don't die on the way there. Alright, Freddie and Portman are gonna jump in the car with us as they have reliably protected the vehicle so far. We will pick up one or two random grunt individuals and arm them.
We are
you can tell me how. So basically, as far as funds go, who has track of how much funds you guys got from?
I have our digital of 3,500.
Yeah, 3,500. Each individual guy that you're going to hire is probably going to be about, 100 credits to go the whole trip with you. So, depending on how many you want to grab. Especially considering you're, giving them a free pistol, which a gun is nice in the Underhive.
Rue. We'll leave Freddy then so that we have room, and we'll grab 3 guys.
I mean, what does skills and what does Freddy have in terms of guns? I mean, we can probably give him something to it, but yeah.
Freddy's alright. Freddy's
a little bit low on intellect, high on cunning. He's more militant kind of guy, Underhive scum kind of guy. He just has a regular auto pistol and like a truncheon bludgeon.
He is reliable when paid. So far.
Yep. He's basically the straight man out of the group of guys you hired.
Actually, maybe. You know what? You said roll the dice. Let's just roll the dice. Let's just not bring any of them. Let's just grab 3 dudes, put them in the back.
I do think that we might want to bring Portman so that we don't so that we can heal if the battle goes that badly. But yeah.
I thought we bought some stems. We did not. Nope. No, we did not. Fudge. We need stems.
Yeah. Put that on the shopping list for later.
Yep.
How long is this list, man?
Just as the tech priest or somewhat tech priest to chop your leg off if it gets infected later.
This isn't a fucking list at this point. This is a declaration.
Okay. All right, it's been decided. We're going south. We're going to grab Portman and then 3 lackeys.
And Freddy can maybe go with Equire and David if he wants to or not. It depends.
Well, I think that would be helpful because I think all of them together means that we might get better bonuses.
At the same time, Freddy might lose his mind being so close to both David and Equire.
So
fine.
basically, the more people you send doing the other tasks, the more likely they are to have a success, and more importantly,
Oh.
to consider, the less likely they are to encounter a very bad fate.
For sure.
Because
Yeah.
you live in the Underhive. Everyone wants to fucking steal your shit, so.
Yeah, we'll send all 3 then. And
Yeah. We're taking Portmont with us and some random guys. Maybe
I don't like this, but
we'll give David or like a champ extra money if he wants to hire guys, but yeah.
which I don't know if I want to give my bolt carbine to Equire to borrow for the trip. I'd like to because I know he can be dependable, but I'm worried. Or wait, no, it's heavy. It's not light or ranged light. Okay, never mind.
You can have my bolt pistol. Is
Any of them
whatever.
have heavy?
They can
No,
all
none-
just arm themselves with a bolt pistol or a basic bolt gun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
none of them have ranged heavy anyway,
you
so giving them the
you
bolter would be dumb.
basically- So for pistols, you can get basically any of the rudimentary pistols except for like exotic ones at minor damage, and you can get any like long rifle at moderate damage.
Mhm.
So they can all have bolt guns and bolt pistols. They're just not in the greatest of shape.
You know what?
And
Minorly damaged is pretty nice.
Okay. Then I think we're good. Like
Alright.
we're just gonna hire 3 people, bring Portman, we'll head to the south, and we'll figure out whose blood will be spilled.
All right.
Yep.
So y'all gather a group of some random schmoes off the side of the road, give them a few bolt pistols, and give them 100 credits to follow along with you and do what you say. Their loyalty and their bravery is unknown. Their skill is unknown, but they are a group of basically disposable bodies so far as you're concerned. You have no attachment to them whatsoever at this point, and I'm not even giving them tokens so that they remain faceless for the time being.
You can just do what they do in more time. You can just do what they do in more time and reduce how many enemies we fight because we have additional randoms.
Yeah. But yeah, they can take off some of the threats for you, and if anything happens, I will just randomly roll and see if any of them die.
I dropped the 300 credits. I am keeping track of it.
All right, gotcha. But you head on down south towards what you know vaguely being the territory of the Witch's Brew, which is that Escher gang that you know of, and where this strange premonition that Sigismund got is leading you.
I need a Kevlar cup.
Fair enough. You head on down that way, and what vehicle are you taking? Are you taking the truck or the car?
I will take the one I fit in.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take the car because they'll need the truck for all the stuff that we're gonna get, as well as the food.
They're doing a lot of food gathering, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna cram yourselves into the car with 3 guys in the back and 3 guys in the front, clown car style.
A little bit.
4 guys in the back.
To it.
Yeah, you're already so used to that.
And I
They're getting
shall
paid.
drive.
They're getting paid.
Do you want a
free
driving check, or is it simple since we've kind of... Or wait, no, we haven't gone this way before.
You have not
Never mind.
gone this way, so I do need a driving check.
Can do.
And I would also like somebody else
God
to give me
damn.
a D100. So it's just
Roll the-
/r space D100.
We have 4 advantages, so we might get into trouble, but we won't be fucking butt fucked.
So he wants to give me a
I will. 15.
God damn it.
Alright, so a 15. Let me see what I got.
Motherfucker. I was gonna roll. I didn't figure out the one.
Man, I try so hard to be
Yeah,
a good
man.
driver,
Yeah,
and
man.
apparently squats just can't drive, man.
If one of the books you were staying on slipped,
Yeah.
and you
So-
just stumble around finding it
Oh
for a
my
while.
god, I forgot to I was gonna
Forgot
pay
the
to
light.
have the car modified for me to sit in it so that my driving would get easier checks.
Too late.
I felt it too. I just wanted to be. I just wanted to see if. How did you fail it? You have 2 yellows.
He rolled 2 advantages on both of them. That's how.
All right. So, as
Go
you
easy on me, friend.
drive along, you find yourself going along what you've gotten used to for the roads in the Underhive. They're not in the best condition. They are currently navigable, and there's no major obstructions as you drive along, and you make a good headway down south. So accordingly, you would be about, where's the car? Heading down more along this way, as far as your journeys go. I'm going to activate it and drag you over to this right map.
By the way, you might want to just make a world map and a base map, like, so that we can both
Accessible,
see it in
yeah.
the top. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I also need to drag the stream view over to the correct map, so...
Still, it's just nice for us to check either one when we want to.
But as you continue to travel along down south, the roads are pretty navigable and everything seems all right. But at some point along your travels, as you get near whatever you're looking for, you're not even sure,
Yep.
you
Roll
find
the
yourself
fucking dice.
hitting the brakes as a deranged mad lad runs screaming out in the streets, saying, "The end is here!"
Damn finesse.
Damn, he was so loud that he echoed. That's impressive.
I mean, it's not like you have a lot of sound absorption down here. But yeah. He's a bedraggled individual running into the middle of the street, flailing his arms wildly, shouting about the end times coming upon them. And just as he stops your car and starts, like, panically, like, slamming on the hood of it, just like, "The end is here! Run!" You hear an explosion nearby.
Oh. Sigismund, we
turns-
found the event of your vision? Vision.
He turns in the general direction of the explosion,
Warning.
fucking throws his
Mhm.
hands in the air, and runs screaming in the direction you came from.
Well, seems like we found whatever you saw in your vision. I mean, hopefully.
Mm.
Goons,
Prepare your weapons.
lads, allies.
So, do you go towards the explosion, or do you try and bloody ignore it?
Of course I want to go towards the explosion.
Let me go take a piss first, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Just
boy.
water. Also, there's a fucking mosquito here or some shit. Goddamn.
I'm
Punch it
surrounded
square
by
in the
lemmings.
face.
Lemmings on all sides.
Might
Anyways,
Pop
BRB.
Nurgle's influence.
We're not gonna go AFK. I'm just gonna awkwardly talk to chat for the time being because I feel it's funnier.
Totally fine.
Hey, Skrulk, we will kill it with fire, or we won't. Maybe they'll die in fire. It's a very interesting thing to think about.
I think 32's made up of fire. I'm not sure yet. Still don't know about him.
He has a fire in his soul. So, what is your favorite? What is your favorite gentleman or lady that you've found so far along your journeys?
I mean, I love I keep forgetting his name because I know it's not on. I there's no way I don't have it. Deadpan. I love Deadpan. I did write it down.
Yeah, the
I like Deadpan and I like
character for the
Chucklefuck.
last campaign.
I actually don't know Chucklefuck's name, but was
Yeah,
also a
because you
neat one.
decide not to give it a shit. Which is, to be fair, about adequate response to just some random underhiver.
Damn,
I
that
just
crazy.
liked his response to me being snarky was to try and fucking shoot my leg. Much respect for taking no disrespect.
You're in the underhive. If you talk shit, people are gonna shoot you.
Let's be honest here. If I was driving the car and you sent someone around in front of us, I wanted to hit the brakes.
32 is like, it is unfortunate that we were about to encounter a speed bump.
Yeah, you
Well,
have this potential speed bump running up to your car and banging on your hood, knowing 32 they wouldn't have been able to bang on the hood voluntarily. They would have been doing it against their will.
Yeah,
And then
besides the main
underside.
characters, like, I love Gut and Sarah in that order. And then non like main character, Deadpan. Definitely Deadpan. Trey unfortunately hasn't really been here for a lot of named character gameplay yet.
Hello.
We'll fix that.
Maybe he likes the mutant.
I'm here to keep y'all from killing yourselves and to hit things.
Well, your job's gonna get a lot harder because I'm letting Sigismund take the reins.
You're keeping us from killing ourselves by being the one who takes the damage.
All right.
Yeah.
You little
Sorry,
group.
Before you talk.
Going over
There we go.
to the
I wanted to
explosion
open that
scenes.
before you started speaking.
We venture towards the explosion, I gather. You start driving towards it, or do you get out and go on foot?
Drive towards it.
All right. You do a tiny bit of off-road driving, but it doesn't seem to be too awkward overall. As you bring the turret-mounted vehicle towards the explosion sounds that you heard.
Yes.
And going past some decrepit buildings and such, you come into a wide open region of space, something a little bit unusual for what you've been used to in the Underhive, but you soon seem to at least start to piece together why it might be so clear and wide open. It's because all the buildings around here have basically been demolished as you watch in front of you a massive APC crawling across the terrain, firing off grenades in various directions in response to something out of vision.
I see. That's above our pay grade. Yes. I like turned to everyone in the car and I'm like nodding.
You turn and you see one of the random grunts frantically trying to open the door to run away.
I'm like, no, you have to jiggle it. No, wait, no, you got paid. Don't jiggle it.
Unfortunately for him, Sigismund is in the way.
Yeah. He's like trying to crawl over Sigismund and getting scorched in the face.
He wanted the order.
But yeah, there is a massive APC. Symbolism and color are pretty... Normally wouldn't be your first priority, but after the initial look at it, you realize that this is running some pretty, well, vibrant... You don't really have a pretense for this. You haven't really seen anything of the sort that would do it. Except for maybe Marius, who might have a vague idea of being, or Sigismund, who might have a vague idea of being from Offworld. But what you see, Sigismund, gives you the very discreet feeling that this is not average Underhive tech. And you start to have a feeling that you've been talking to someone within the last day or so about something that may be related to this. Maybe this is those weird Van Sar guys, the House of the Goddess Adept. That's about the best lead you got. But off in the distance, you also notice that there is yet another group of combatants firing rockets towards the APC. And would somebody give me a perception check, whoever you think would have the best vision amongst you?
I have 2 yellows in perception.
I am front seat.
I only have 1.
Yeah, I only have 1, but I am also front seat.
I am looking out the window.
All right,
and I'm
Sigismund,
probably really
roll
focused on this.
And please roll higher than a 15.
Yeah, I just want one of you to do it, so
So
Sigismund,
difficulty.
go ahead. Yep, 2 difficulty.
There you go, sir.
Finally.
So, you look off in the distance to see what is firing these rockets. You see very spiky, brightly colored hair and lithe frames.
Fucking A.
Fucking
We
women.
found what we're looking for.
Fucking women.
Women.
What do your occult eyes see? Women.
Women.
No.
Female.
There's more. No.
No. This is a lady. Dear God.
There's more.
They have rocket launchers. No.
This is,
Huh.
So
we have a group that already doesn't like us, and a group we want to sell to. Our
yeah, I'd say we're
division
gonna
in
help that
loyalty-
APC, yeah?
fucking Sigismund will start saying that the APC is not our enemy. The one we seek is currently attacking it, and we shall engage them.
Sounds fucking radical to me. Let's go.
Isn't it crazy y'all rolled low enough in order for us to both get both groups we didn't want to fuck with?
Yep.
Would you look
You
at
know-
that? Our potential ally fighting our definite enemy.
So, do you hit the accelerator on the car and go anywhere, or do you hit the reverse?
Oh no, I'd say that we probably just need to hit the accelerator, yeah? seems-
I'm not sure if we want to get out of the car or we hit the accelerator, but anyways, who's going on the turret? Because I think that we have one. It's
Maybe we don't want someone mounted on the turret right away.
fair.
Not good to rapidly approach an APC with someone on the gun.
Fair,
I do
fair.
say that, and I just start gunning in the direction of not the APC, but like to the side of it, so that maybe we can like roll up on somebody.
You might just want to, fucking. I'm not sure if honking at it would seem like, hey, bitch, here I come, or
No,
like, hey,
I definitely
fucking
would
watch out.
honk. I definitely would be like beep 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 beep, because I mean,
Yeah.
The fucking clown car horn goes off.
damn it. It's okay. It shows that we're unthreatening.
Where's an audio locator?
The Omnisire has blessed this vehicle.
Where's an audio player?
There's a Voxcaster. It's on the ground and broken by explosives.
Shit, I didn't bring my Voxcaster with me. I didn't equip it before I left the base.
I mean, reasonably, you
That
could
is
toss it
forward.
in the car, but it would be in the trunk.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a micro bead. Can I just like while like driving forward just like flip through channels and see?
Yeah, what I want you to do is sort of just like roll me. Let's see, what would be the best representation of luck to see if you find the right channel quickly enough?
Come on, let me roll my tech use. Come on.
Honestly, I agree.
Okay. Difficulty 3, but
You got
roll
it.
your tech use.
My tech use isn't amazing, but it is there.
No.
Fucking how? You know what? Would anyone
No.
oppose me using a glory?
Hmm.
I was about to use the glory for you to reroll.
So go ahead.
Are you just looking up the channel? Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just like flipping through.
Can you right click reroll that? I don't remember.
Son of a...
You know what? You know what?
what?
It's only a fail with one
Technically.
threat. That's better than a failure.
No, but sure.
No, because the other one is failed with a failure. This one is just like you didn't meet it, but
It's a wash with a threat, yeah.
yeah,
We don't have an advantage now, though,
fine.
but I don't think that
Dodging a
matters.
grenade or an APC.
Yeah, so as you proceed driving along towards this, you're trying to flip through channels rapidly to see if you can find the channel that any of these guys are on. As you're shouting on basically every channel, "We're going after them, not you!" Or whatever you decide to scream at the top of your lungs into your micro bead.
What was it? Because it's because I would be yelling for them. Yeah, the Dotist ally.
The Datus Adept.
Yeah. Well, no, I would be saying like we're Dotist ally, we're Dotist ally.
All right. As you're doing this and screaming that the whole entire time as you rapidly switch between channels and yell into your microbead, you drive closer and closer, and you do see the glint of a couple different things. One is the glint of the rocket launchers, one of which is turned to point at you, and the other is the glint of a grenade launcher from inside of the APC being pointed out of one of the slits on the side of the vehicle. As it turns, looks at you, and fires. And as you drive through towards it, do a driving check for me to see how badly you get hit.
Oh, why would you tell me to use a driving? You know squats can't drive.
I'm going to die in this car.
Nah.
Only when it's extremely needed. God bless the spirits of the car.
Bless the
Yes.
God Emperor, you fucking heretic.
Had I never learned about the spirits of the car, I would not know who to call on in times of need.
Yeah, the Omnissiah, the machine spirit, yada yada. Either way, you do lose your front bumper, but the car is still wholly functional, just a little bit aesthetically scuffed now, as the grenade hits a little bit too far ahead of you to cause more significant damage. But just as that hits and they're about to fire another grenade, you manage to get the message across as your group charges and hits a small ramp flying into the air towards the rocket-wielding, spiky-haired folks over yonder. See, I'm trying to come up with other ways to explain things instead of saying that they're just women.
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 Yeah, I definitely don't want to see. I don't hate them because they're women. I hate them because they're dealing drugs and they hate me.
Bro,
yeah,
I literally...
no, that
You
is-
hate them. You hate them because they're misandrist. You hate them because they hate you.
Yeah. Bro, I love women. Have you seen the Sisters of Battle?
I have a calendar in my section of room.
Yeah.
that I,
Fucking like
I just
like
hate
gay
women.
ass.
Base?
Base as fuck.
Base?
based as fuck.
Hold on, let me get the Vine Boom sound effect because this is my last hour of Nitro.
Oh god,
Fucking
so
damn
loud.
you.
All right.
You know, I don't
So-
watch much of the other streams, but this is definitely the worst one.
Yes.
This is the best one so
Yes.
far.
We've gotten more degraded than this in other streams. I will
This
be
is just a
blunt.
shit post.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we've had
but-
shit post streams.
Always
before, too.
has been.
Yeah, god damn it. But yeah, you fly through the air off of a
Yeah.
ramp of rubble,
Careening.
careening towards the Escher women who hold a rocket launcher. One of them fires around but misses you and just happens to impact some poor bloke's home off in the distance.
Oh shit. Oh, I
As-
thought we were trying to head towards the APC thing.
I'm pretty sure that we are heading right into them. Personally.
Oh, well, we'll probably have to go through them to get to the APC, won't we?
No, the
Because-
APC was closer to you. You had to run by the APC to get to the women.
I don't see any point in
Oh.
going next to the APC when we can just
Huh,
charge
no,
them
'cause I
because
wanted
they'll
to-
rocket launcher us.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I'd
Yeah,
assume
so
the
I
intent
was
was to engage the Eschers, but
I was trying to get in contact with any of the people like running the APC to let them know.
oh yeah,
but
you managed to do that as just after they shot something and blew off your bumper.
oh,
So
yeah,
you're,
well, that
you're
works
on the
then.
right
That's
channel
fine.
now.
let's
You were-
engage them then.
Like the wash was basically you were just late enough that they got to fuck with your vehicle a little bit,
Yeah.
but you did manage to make contact with the right channel.
I guess I'll just ask quickly. Should we engage to help?
Listen, at this point, it's gone off the rails. So, what do I need to roll in order to roll out of the car and hit one of these motherfuckers with a hammer?
Well, yeah, I would break now. Now we're gonna.
Yeah, so you're flying through the air over top of these Escher women. I would like 32 to roll me an athletics check.
To jump out of the car.
Difficulty 4 to not fucking deck yourself.
Difficulty 4. God
Yep.
damn, if I didn't have this armor on, this would be an easy check still.
I'll do my own check after this, but not to jump out.
Huh.
Oh, and by the way, the entire time while you're jumping over them, all the random schmoes you hired up are all screaming at the top of their lungs. I didn't sign up for this!
Yes, you did. Damn.
You signed up to shoot people, now get to shooting. Just not
You're
that.
what?
I point at the big APC. Don't shoot that.
I'm not sure if with a pure wash you would manage to get out of the car, but you would fall on your ass and you cannot attack someone. Or what?
Unless he impales them with his body.
So basically, it's a maneuver where nothing happens. Or it's just like, it's a wash. 32 thinks about doing this, then he reconsiders.
No, it is not a wash. Because you attempt to leap out of the vehicle and attack them. As you leap out of the vehicle, one of your...
I missed something.
Shut the fuck up, Alexa!
I don't think that's a good idea.
Alexa, what
Stop
is my
metagaming,
idea?
Alexa. Fuck.
Wait a
So
minute, I thought point flipped ruined. Can I just, this is just a
No.
reroll, right?
You can... Oh, if you want to reroll, maybe, but the Trisk is already doing the ruin thing, so...
I already did my ruin because you didn't announce your reroll early enough. So,
No, I'm asking what this
yeah.
ruin is for. Is it just for me to have to reroll?
Oh, yeah, no. The ruin is to mess with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was in the middle of describing what the fuck the ruin was for until I was so rudely interrupted by a robot. Artificial intelligence ruining our tabletop RPGs news at 11. Anywho, so 32, your attempt is to leap out of the vehicle and land basically in the midst of their forces to do some melee attack. You open up the door and attempt to jump out, but as you're flying through the air, all of a sudden, in mid-air, you find yourself stopping, dead in your tracks. As one of the tubes of yours gets caught on the door handle, and you're left flying on the outside of the car, getting dragged along, screaming as the car veers over these women. And they attempt to shoot you.
Listen, you have to be as surprised as I am.
After you're done with this shot, I was going to ask if I could do one myself.
Yeah, what's your stunt?
Fucking, I'm not stunning. I'm just trying to shoot them with a crossbow out the window.
Yeah, go ahead and just do a shot with a difficulty of 4, because you're trying to do this out of a vehicle at max speed.
Fail.
Yeah, you shoot a bolt, it hits nothing of value. Then you curse and reload your crossbow yet again.
Yeah.
But all this considered, as 32 is caught by the hose on the side of the car outside of the door, screaming at the top of his lungs, the car then proceeds to land on the other side and violently shake 32 loose, sending you rolling. The one tube that had been caught in the door handle proceeds to come unlatched at one of the points, and you scramble to reattach it immediately before too much of the precious fluid gets, poured out of any sort.
Listen, what did I ever do
Luckily,
to you, alright? I've been here for 3 sessions, I've been ruined 6 times.
You make it funnier.
Curse my dedication to entertainment.
You commit to the bit, and I commit with you. But as you roll across the ground, you eventually put this tube back in, stand up, turn around, look at these women, and they're all pointing bolt guns at you. Then a grenade goes off right next to them and shatters dust and dirt all over up top of them, throwing off their aim, as some of them do fire a few rounds, but they're scattered way too wide to even remotely hope to hit you. And you have a couple choices now. Charge towards them or get back in the vehicle.
If I make 2 move maneuvers, every person gets a difficulty +1 to their range attacks.
Yeah, so you're gonna just sprint at them.
I feel like at this point we don't want to get out of the car.
Yeah. I would definitely have like hit the brakes, and
I'll go.
now
after.
it's just time to roll with whatever happens.
I'll try to do a thing after Trey again, if that's fine. After you charge.
So, is that your plan, Trey, or am I just putting words in your mouth?
How many people are there?
It is a solid group of 7 or so women, but they're also being peppered by grenades and shit on the other side. They aren't necessarily the only group of combatants, but they seem to be the main threat right now because they're the ones with the rocket launchers.
Because I can berserk charge and hard target towards them.
All right.
I mean, I'm already away from the car, so it's not like I can run towards the car for cover. And then run back at him. It seems like the best opportunity for me to die during this combat.
Yeah, get stuck in, boy.
Yeah, you know what? I'll run at him.
All right.
I don't know exactly where they are though. I'm still on the world map.
There is no battle map for this. This is Theater of the Mind.
All right. So
this is like the ruins of a city.
Yeah, this is
it's now being ruined, but
yeah, this is a sector of the Underhive that has been fucked up by explosions and everything in this conflict that you are currently getting yourselves in the middle of.
May I swing as well? Do an attack?
Yes.
Alright, well, this is going to take a strain, so this attack it gets 3 damage add to it.
Right. Difficulty for this hit is 3 because of defense. Alright, that's a hit. You charge forward into the group, and very immediately you take your hammer and swing up into and under the jaw of one of them. You feel the lovely crunch of skull as they go flying and do not stand up again, as the rest of them try to reorient themselves to attack you, and you get stuck in.
Alright, that's 15 damage. Yeah, I don't think she's getting back one up after that one.
Yeah. Marius, Sigismund, what were you doing?
You would probably open the door and while getting out start screaming about either killing our enemies or dying for the Emperor to try to hype up the randos into not running away, even though I'm assuming that we are kind of cornered, quote unquote.
The grunts that accompany you all have sort of slotted out as well, but aren't actively running to engage, per se.
Yeah.
One of them is slowly slinking off in some direction to maybe flank, but you're sort of in what is effectively a no man's land, so they have no cover to run to.
I was going to say if I could try a leadership to convince them to not be pussies, pretty much for sure.
Sure.
I love the way you put things. It actually does. It exactly paints what it needs to paint in my mind.
Thank you. What difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
There you go.
You proceed to make fun of them, their manhood, and call them pussies, and encourage them to go into the battle. It seems to succeed, but one of them sort of gives you a fuck you kind of expression. You're pretty sure he doesn't like you.
If only I made my sweet maneuver, then they wouldn't have need.
That except with way more Emperor. You think you have a cock? Have you seen the Emperor's Day?
God.
They all
Anyways,
proceed to begin charging forward, but they don't have anywhere near enough range to really accurately fire their bolt pistols into this group. So they're just moving at this point, but you've gotten them to start.
yeah. Also, I'm starting my battle hymn, so everyone will get blue dice now.
Nice.
Cece, what are you up to?
I want to use. I believe I have marksman, which allows me to use aim maneuver as an incidental. So I would like to aim my bolt pistol and take fire at the
Your bolt pistol or a stub revolver? Because you haven't added a bolt pistol.
sorry. Stub revolver. I'm trying to use my
go.
stub revolver.
Because ammo.
And with how does aim work? Does that give me a blue?
Yeah, it gives you a blue.
Okay.
It gives you a blue for how many times you use it, and you can do a max of 2 of it, but you get strained because maneuvers or whatever. Nice.
Successes 3-1. All right.
Also, who are you aiming at? I assume at the.
Well, yeah.
It is
I
a
like
mob.
the general combats. Yeah.
It is a
I
mob.
assumed
I
we were
treated
doing
them as a
mob
mob.
health.
There.
All right, so you come out of the vehicle, turn around, and take a decent aim with your sub-revolver, and as the dust from the grenade explosion seems to clear up a little bit, and you notice one of them starting to point a bolt gun or a rocket launcher in your general direction, you take the shot, and a bullet goes straight through their skull, and they
Hell
drown
yeah.
in their own blood. And by that I mean
A
they
little
just fall
less
dead.
hell yeah, but like at the same time, hell yeah.
And with that in mind, they proceed to turn around, looking at you all, and I'm going to do a little bit of thing for them.
A little trolling.
Oh yeah, we also have fucking. Hold on, Portman with us.
They are going to do
the same
a
card.
discipline check against breaking, but I am going to upgrade one of their die to make it a little bit easier for them, and they still. All right.
Stop privately rolling dice.
Oh, all right. Shit. Let me re-roll that. Not private. I forgot I was on.
You don't
private
need to
roll.
re-roll it because we can just watch it on. Actually, can't watch it on stream, but yeah.
I deleted it. Yeah.
If you want to re-roll it, it's you.
I will be re-rolling in just a moment. I'm gonna do the same.
Are you rerolling it because you fail?
He never
Okay.
fails. Also, don't provoke the DM. He'll kill
Don't
us.
provoke the DM. He'll summon corn.
I'm sorry. That ruin gave me 2 upgrades, and I still fail.
Base.
You know, I guess having a random vehicle fly over, going ally, 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 and then some dude landing, running at you, and then getting shot. You're like, you know what? Things gotten a little weirder.
Don't forget about the fucking massive
Yep.
fucker that was charging them, and then the fucking guy with flames on his back screaming at some random dudes to
The
charge.
APC is a non-concern, but I think that we're the real threats here.
Let us not go to Necromunda. This is a silly place.
Yep. They provoke God and pay the price, Skrulk. I literally fucking cheated after that and still failed. So I literally went, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to give myself 2 yellows instead, just because of your statement, and it still failed.
I mean,
We're
it's
not so
funny.
different, you and I.
I mean, this just makes it funnier.
Yeah, that's great. In response to one of them getting fucking decked by a fucking sledgehammer and another one of them getting shot by a stub revolver square in the forehead, you watch the rest of these Escher girls as they start to obviously break morale, and you can see many of them injecting some sort of drug and running. And often they're short distance away. Now that most of the dust is cleared and you're paying a bit more attention, you do notice that they have a couple of the strange vehicles that the Eschers seem to use. These little weird, like mildly floating motorcycles. They're almost like pods from fucking Star Wars, but less less weird.
Interesting.
I think I could catch one of them.
So we're just gonna try to get down as many of them as possible. Preferably the one going for the vehicles.
They are all going for vehicles, but some of them are taking the time to inject something to help themselves run faster. By the way, these are basically what the vehicles look like. They're called cutters.
They look cool. We definitely
for those of you just listening, imagine a motorcycle, but instead of the front of a regular motorcycle and instead of wheels, you just have like a fucking industrial-sized fan planted on the front. And
it looks like an airplane engine, like one of those like circle airplane engines, but then with like a saddle on the back of it for you to ride.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's literally just a floating airplane engine on its own, just like one of the engines off the wing of a Boeing or some shit.
Except that the fucking saddle is more like a reverse camel, quote unquote.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, it's a very weird looking vehicle, but they do exist, and they are known to be used by the Eschers as these crazily vibrant haired women run in panic, dosed up on some sort of drug to make them go faster, and charge towards their bikes in an attempt to make a getaway. I would allow 32, roll a attack for me.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, a little bit of something. I mean, you put yourself deep in the fray, just like with your melee weapon.
All right. Just difficulty 2?
Difficulty 3, because they do have 1 defense, technically. You still got it. As one of them attempts to run away, you pick up your weapon and you take it up, around, and down on back of one of their skulls, knocking them straight into the ground. And as you proceed to step over their body, the rest of them continue running in panic towards.
Could I take a speed drug and try to catch one?
I'll hold up just a moment. I'll see if it even matters.
Yeah, we want to see
the gangers the random grunts. They're not even gangers. They're mercenaries, if anything. But the guys that you guys hired and that Sigismund pushed into doing something, all are starting to try and catch up with them. And as they begin to stand up and run away, they are removing themselves from the little mild crater that they were using as some form of cover in the ground. And so they all take bolt pistol shots at them. So.
Son of a bitch. Son of a gun.
By the way, don't forget about
damn it.
Oh, the blue dice.
Not the blue dice, but also Portman.
Yeah, Portman's there, but he has effectively the same shit.
Just fire another bolt. I was going to say maybe fire another. Fair. But I don't think it makes a difference for this because it's basically 1 shot, 1 kill. Damn, give him a blue, at least him.
I keep forgetting to do that. All right, so I'm just
only roll 2 blues because it will make a difference on one of the generic ones is on Portman.
Portman did not get a shot in, but he did get a triumph.
So he might slow one of them down or something.
He kicks up a bunch of dust into one of their mouth.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that we want to damage the vehicles because we can just take them. No.
I don't know if we want to do that.
We'll see.
We'll talk about it later.
Yep. I'm going to just re-roll one of the bolt pistols with the blue die to see if it does anything. Nope. No dice on that one. And the other one had too many failures for it to even remotely do anything. So one of them manages to get a decent shot in and takes off a chunk in the side of one of their heads. Another bullet grazes past one of them, doing very minor damage, but one of them looks pretty winded. Another one goes down completely. And the remaining 3 of them, is it 3 or 4? I actually lost track of how many of them are there.
There were 7. I took down 2. Steve took down 1.
There are 3 left. One of them is in shit condition right now, but they do manage to get to their vehicles. What was normally about 4 cutters to carry about 7 people, only 3 of them get jumped on, and they begin to dart off.
Don't me
But-
and CC also get a shot off, or
You do. CC, yeah, go ahead, but both of them at this point, difficulty 4. Just because of distance.
oh yeah, you did use the blue die. I don't get one. It won't matter anyway.
Yeah, both of your shots go wide. They're too far away and too hyped up on drugs for you to get a good shot in.
Mhm.
Even if it was 3 difficulty, technically wouldn't have made a difference. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Because we
wanted
both
to try
rolled
to
red.
run them down.
I
I think it might be too
mean-
late at this point.
You have to get back
You
in the
are-
vehicle.
I meant like without the vehicle. They were running away. I could have taken slot and maybe caught up to them.
All right, yeah. Do me a difficulty 4 athletics check again. We'll see if you catch up with any of them. And if slot gives you any benefit to that, do include it.
Slot gives me 2 to agility, so it's not a athletics. Athletics is brawn.
Yeah.
I mean, it should work with it, but yeah, especially in this because this is more about speed.
Yeah, in this case I will say it's like athletics is the only real thing for stuff because we don't have an acrobatic skill. But so go ahead and just add 2 blue die to that. I will rule that that is in your favor.
Do you get one blue die from me? Probably not.
Oh,
You gave your buff to all of the generics by leadershiping them, so he does
And
not.
blue dice to checks they make, so like literally any rank check. Okay. You would probably be too far away to hear it anyway. So
Yeah.
fair.
damn.
Would you like to reroll because you do have glory?
We can reroll. Which one you have the highest chance of
Yeah.
really hitting them compared to?
I mean, I got 4 failures. What are the odds I get 5 failures again?
I mean, literally every single one of you
Right.
could reroll if you want and take the chance, but you'd
It's
give me a
not
good amount of
worth it
room.
for me and CC because we have a really low chance, but 32 has a good one. Go ahead.
You know what? I can grab this. I can get one. So
Get
boost.
that bag.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
All right. So we see 32 coming out of the crater after knocking out one of the others, and the drug injectors that you already have begin to whir and inject you with slot as your eyes go wide instead of being the usual like slit-ass Brock style fucking guys that you have in your art. And you charge at them, screaming.
A man that big should not move that fast.
You ain't a fucking space marine. Shut up. But yeah, as you're like bull charging towards them, one of them who didn't manage to get out and pull out a thing of slot turns around and looks at you, and the last thing you see on their face is, "Oh fuck!" As just roll your weapon. We are ignoring whether or not it hits and just doing damage because it automatically hits. And if you roll a
Alright.
crit, it does crits, and something fun might happen.
Something fun might happen.
Do I add berserk charge to this as well?
Yeah.
All right, that's an extra 3 damage.
No,
All right.
99.
that's a crit. Let's go.
Yeah, that is a crit.
A crit for 15. Oof.
So,
Yeah.
this is exactly what happens here. You proceed to take your hammer, grab it underneath you, sort of just like, you know, in that anime thing where they're like having the sword drag along the ground behind them and then they lift it up into their faces and swing. That's sort of basically how you're dragging your hammer along as you're charging towards them. You lift it up and you knock them square in the stomach. And as the wind gets knocked out of them, they get sent flying. In the background, one of the other Escher girls is just about to get on her bike when she hears some whizzing noise. This other Escher girl hits square into her back and knocks her into the blade of her cutter.
No.
And both of them go down and do not get up. The last one, however, screams profanities at you, gets on their cutter, and in one last-ditch attempt, takes a very weak bolt gun shot at you.
All right.
And misses wide before dashing off on the cutter, which is really fast. to be fair, and a lot more maneuverable in this kind of terrain because you're basically in a heap of rubble.
Damn it. I should have taunted her, see if she could run at me with the cutter. Come at me.
But yeah, you have successfully eliminated all the Eschers. There's an APC over there that has stopped firing grenades as they just watched this whole spectacle happen, and there are 3 cutters left behind.
Well, don't mind if I do.
You are now vilified by yes.
Yeah, basically, one of them's still alive. They're going to tell the others.
I'm assuming that these things are going way too fast and we don't really know how to operate them, so yeah, they're gone.
Only one of the cutters goes away because only one of them gets back on their cutters.
Yeah, so there was 3 out of 4 left.
Three of the 4 cutters that they had get left behind.
Okay, time for me and 32 to learn how to drive.
Don't worry, I'm still learning as well.
Because
driving is based on agility, and Sly gives me +2 to every agility check. So
Listen,
I'm better to driving on drugs!
how are you supposed to learn if you don't practice?
God.
oh my
At the end of all of this, you notice Portman over on the side casually walking up to one of the vehicles and looking at it and nodding approval.
Portman, can you drive?
How many of these can we fit in the back of the truck?
As well as any average bloke I can. It'll take me a little bit, but I can get used to this vehicle.
All right. It's yours.
Excellent. I will consider it my pay
Do
for the
we
mission.
do we wave down the Goddess Adept?
The
Hope so.
APC stays where it is, but what you do here is CC over your channel, and do you like let the other 2 know what channel they need to flip to be on the right channel?
If they have their earbeads, yes.
Every one of you has a microbeat, I'm pretty
Oh, okay,
sure,
yeah,
in
yeah,
some
yeah.
capacity.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, I tell them what channel to flip to.
Do you guys? Were you supposed to in your kit?
I think
don't
you
really
gave us all one, because us not having one was too big of a pain.
I think that we got
No,
one whenever
you
we
did,
went through the
you did.
pile of stuff.
You did give us them, but we just cannot use them over like long range communication.
Yeah,
because we
they're
need the
not a
power
long
for
range
that- for that.
communication thing. I'm just
Yeah.
seeing if the Crusader career like you did get just like the generic kit of your character. Yeah, all right. So you should have a microbead 32. You just never added it to your sheet.
I'll add one to myself in a second.
You already do have one on yours, actually. You already did.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the Voxcaster is actually in the trunk.
There we go, microbeat.
Yeah. You have in this circumstance, I gave you a custom war hammer instead of the other thing, so that we're ignoring that. You have your stub revolver. You have the feudal world plate, microbead, and you're also supposed to have photo visors. Is that even in here?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Photo visors. A character wearing photo visors can see in complete darkness with no issue. Oh, nice. Night vision goggles.
Oh, I thought I traded that for the Voxcaster.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking 32.
Oh, okay.
This is his Crusader like sub career before the Gland Warrior specialization stuff we didn't put in. So yeah, and that's everything.
We were focusing too much on the Gland Warrior.
Yeah, we were focusing a bit too much on the Gland Warrior and did do any of the Crusader stuff, but you do all have microbeads is inevitably the point here. So do you inform them of the proper channel to switch
Yeah,
to?
of course. I tell them what to switch to.
Yep, you two fumble onto the channel and briefly you hear, "What the fuck was that?"
This is Dottis Adept, yes?
I look over at 34 and just to sort of indicate for him to do the talking because he seems to get better reactions out of people at this.
Yeah. I'm like, Dottis Adept, correct?
Who are you? That's a better question.
We are... Lucky timing, really. we'd been told to go south and that we would find what we were looking for. And then as we stumbled across your APC going at it against the Eschers with grenade launchers, I figured we'd be helping you out.
I don't know what kind of deranged bullshit you're on, but okay. What brings you out here anyway?
You know what? That's a great question. And I'm like, Sigismund, what the hell are we out here for? All right, so we got a zealot.
Out of
And he
character, I
said for us to
believe.
go south.
Out of character, my hunch is that what we are seeking is to start. What we are here for is to start relations with these guys. I'll try to commune later after with the Emperor again, if that's possible after this, to see if
Well,
my hunch
neither
is correct.
confirm
But yeah.
nor deny that was the purpose, because to be frank, I
Yeah.
don't know what the purpose was either. So we'll find out next time you commune with the Emperor.
Yeah. I guess I'll just tell him, I'll be like, we were told to go south and that we would find something that we
We
needed.
already sort of said that, but
And
yeah.
as soon as I saw the colors of the, well, yeah, sorry, I was like reiterating. And then once we saw the colors of your house, we knew who to help here.
Out of character again, you could just be honest to say that yeah, our fucking fanatical friend here.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna be honest with him.
Yeah.
Also, the
Because
Eschers already don't like us too much.
I mean, you just murdered 6 of them, so.
The enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, but we spared like 3, so I'd say that like honestly, we're only down 3 points right now.
Even though they're all technically House Escher, they are technically different gangs, so
Yeah.
they may not have necessarily specific affiliation with one another. So you would have to figure that out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
We're-
necessarily reflect well on you to have the arena folks know that you've killed other Eschers, but
Yeah.
you didn't kill them specifically, and
we'll
they
keep in
mostly
mind
take care of
what-
their own. So
We'll keep in mind what colors they were wearing and what their vehicles are designed with, and
Yeah.
we can probably get
Yeah.
report from Creed once we get back, or
I
what
will-
line they were in shit.
I'll just say over the earpiece, I'll be like, our fanatical friend told us to go south and that, you know, we might find something we're looking for. And just before that, we were talking about what people we might want to be affiliated with or get into business with. And lo and behold, you're APC doing combat. Figured we'd help you out. What a better first introduction than to show you some good faith. Not fanatical faith, but, you know.
roll me a charm.
Difficulty.
Difficulty.
Two
Uh.
advantages, though. I mean, it would be hard to believe that someone was just like, I was just driving by and decided to stop and help.
It's not
Yeah,
the worst, but
you can basically gauge that he's like very disbelieving of you, but he just sort of just like, he doesn't like curse you out or anything. He's just like, well, good job. Keep your distance over there.
For sure. Sorry, my brain IRL kind of fogged up for a moment.
fair.
Yo, can relate.
Yo,
In all
can relate.
honesty, we just wanted their shit and they seemed like the easier target.
I don't think that's the correct thing to say here.
Yeah, I'll just be like, well, we were looking to strike maybe a bit of business.
So you're those types. Well, what kind of business are you looking for, friends?
We need mercenary work. And we'd like to have good relations with, you know, the house that frequently
Deals with the guns.
works with Archaeotech. Feel like we ourselves were just about to start dipping our toes into the like Archeo searches, and you know, we don't want to step on your toes. That's bad manners.
Ah, good thinking there. I do
So?
have an idea of what I can put you to. Oh,
All right.
where are my manners? I am Sergeant Bartholomew.
Sergeant Bartholomew. Very good to hear from you, sir. My name is CC. I will introduce the rest of my companions, either if we meet in person, or would you like them to introduce themselves?
I could give a shit.
Fair enough. Well, I guess let's find some rubble, meet up, and do some talking. And show a good faith, we'll leave, the excess at the car.
Oh yeah, by the way, it's now probably going to be inevitable that you'll hear some barking because the lawnmower outside has started and Ella is chasing it.
Sorry, it's
I thought
just
you meant barking
atmosphere.
over the comm bead for a second. I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, it's inevitable that our mecha dachshund will start barking because
Our mecha dachshund really don't like the APC.
there are actually like canonically like engineered like super soldier dog kind of thing. Well, like
Cool.
bionic dogs that are normally.
All right,
like
add that to my
breeds.
new short goal for the campaign.
Short goal for the squat.
All right.
Shut the. Okay. Absolute. They're called cyber mastiffs. Is generally what it is. They're normally mastiffs.
Yeah.
I'm getting a ruin for that joke.
No, shut. You're
Yeah, but
You're
you are.
getting a You're getting a corruption point again.
No.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But do take a corruption.
Yeah, we'll
Wait.
I'll kind of go.
Wait.
It will be.
I'll go
it will
stand
not-
out in the open of one of the areas. Like we'll go out and we'll stand in an area where there's no like buildings to our back, and we'll like have our weapons put away and things like that. Oh God.
I thought you were kind of just fucking with us with the Cyber Mastiff, but I was picturing the ones
I
from
mean, there's also the fucking
Wolfenstein.
the normal ass dog in the Necromunda video game that you turn into a
Yeah,
cyber
you
mastiff.
get
and
a
he's
cyber
cyborg.
mastiff as your companion in Necromunda hired gun. So
And at the start of the game, he's basically just a normal dog.
yeah, there are degrees to how cybernetically enhanced they are. They can range very widely. So
that probably was
that
a
one is
normal
probably
dog,
one
because-
owned by like Van Sar that is owned by like a really elite one who uses it as a soldier.
Yeah, it's just a robot.
No, because robots are illegal.
Robots
That is-
are illegal. Yeah, they're AI. It's not a robot. It has a dog brain.
Exactly. Trust me, bro.
Same.
On God, go check it.
For real.
Anyway,
But yeah, they sort of just nobody gets out of the APC, and you do still notice the muzzles of some guns and grenade launchers pointed out at the side, but they're not being aimed directly at you. They're just being left there in a pinch.
Mhm.
But over the intercom, did I say sergeant or major?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. It was Sergeant Bartholomew. I thought so, but I wasn't. I was just making sure. Just writing that down so that I remember later on when I inevitably question myself again.
I have it written down too, but you don't want to use my notes because I'm on Notepad and it has no spell check.
Yep. Well, I would be indifferent to that. I would figure it out. But here, what happens is he sort of just looks over you all from somewhere inside of the vehicle. You're assuming there is some form of like outward-facing camera or screen that he can look through. This vehicle looks. The only way I can describe it is this is all description out of character. This isn't really how your characters would see it. This looks like fucking futuristic Cybertruck-esque bullshit. So straight out of Cyberpunk universe. This is like high-tech shit, or at least it would look like that. To you, it just looks really oddly blocky. But it is like absolutely armored to shit because it's an APC. But it even looks like beyond any other APCs that you may have heard of or ever had described. Not that it's a common topic in the Underhive. And you cannot see through the front like window pane of it at all. It's like absolutely tinted, and you have no idea if it is even a window pane or if it's part of the front metal panel. So,
Okay.
but they proceed to just. They don't turn off the engine, and you promptly hear some revving, and they're just like, well, if you want to gather up your things and follow along with us, I think I might have a job for you. But just keep your distance back there. Nobody on the gun.
Can do.
How many of those cutters can we fit in the back of the truck?
We only have a car. Y'all are gonna
Yeah,
have to drive
you
them.
only have the car. You have to drive them. Otherwise, you can't really. Like, you could try and come up with some means to strap one to the top of the vehicle, but it would make driving checks worse for the car.
We can probably drive them ourselves or drag them along. Or drag them,
To be
quote
fair,
unquote.
in this particular circumstance, you're going to be following along these guys, and you'll be given some time to catch up a little bit, especially considering they don't expect you to know how to drive cutters either.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm keeping the slot running for the +2 to the driving checks.
Yeah.
So
Because-
32 will be on one, Sigismund will be on one, Portman will be
Yes.
on one. I'll drive the car with the goons, because
Yeah.
I don't want to just give the goons a fucking car.
Also, I do want to say that Sigismund would give them the goons some compliments about, not running away and being good to the Emperor and some bullshit,
Congratulations,
guys-
your relationship with the goons has gone from -2 to 0.
Augers.
You guys did great.
Fuckers.
Keep it up, and we might name you.
Keep it up and you might be important. Snaps fingers like fucking Clint in the
You
team.
might evolve from nameless goons to the first zealots.
I just
Depending on how
imagine the
I roll.
goons looking at us like, what the fuck is this idiot talking about?
Nothing like trauma to turn you into a zealot.
As we keep calling them goons, I'm just imagining one of them is just fucking like Soup and Blarg and Nasty.
Uh,
Just like the southern hick, just like, I want to bang your dad. Fucking.
Oh,
Remember,
God.
Blarg, once Regina
Oh,
gets here, I'll become unstoppable.
That's what I'll say to the Escher the next time they're like, we're gonna get revenge, and I was like, and I'll fuck your dad.
uh,
But yeah, you do know that you've probably made an enemy out of the Escher. They don't necessarily know who the fuck you are, so it might take a while for them to even figure out anything as far as you're concerned. But for now, you're following up the Dodus Adept here.
Thank
And
God
going
none
on.
of our members are recognizable in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
yeah,
Yeah,
totally
it's almost
not.
like your cardboard.
Oh.
Do you ever feel like
I
a
assume that the
plastic
Emperor's
bag?
message will happen later or next session, or
Yeah, it'll happen in between sessions, but this is
Imagine
actually
Katy
pretty
Perry
good.
being in Necromunda.
Do you ever feel like a dumb psycher?
I'm just hoping she looks like, we got attacked by some fucking Goliath.
Yeah, they may or may not have good things. I will decide based on rolls in the meanwhile how well they remember stuff and how well they explain and what the consequences of that will be.
Listen, I'd like to go with reasonably. I remember who remembered 32 out of the group.
I mean, you're the one that got the closest to them, so they have an image of you, but they did get
Yeah.
shot by other people that didn't look like Goliath members.
I got
so
5
they
out
have
of
no
7
fucking
of them.
ideas.
That's not too bad. That's the Reddit number, 5 out of 7.
funnily
You got
enough,
some- you got like 3 of them.
they probably haven't really noticed Sigismund other than like some fanatic because of the dust.
There was a guy that was on fire. There was a really short one. There were some generic dudes that looked like they were made out of cardboard.
No, you got 4 of them, 32. CC got 1, and one of the random goons got the last one.
Random,
I
yeah,
almost
which
got
random
every
marine
two.
got it?
Every single one of the damage rolls you did at least 10 damage, which was the health of one of them.
Hey, which
actually-
random goon got the hit?
A, B, or C. I will flip a fucking
B.
3-sided die later.
I just give him a pound on the shoulder. Good job.
There can only be one person with a C in their name. We shall choose
All right.
A.
Okay. I will not have competition.
I prefer B.
To be or not to be? All right, I'll shut up now. But yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good point to end off because this gives me something to work on for next time.
Man.
Just man.
Man.
I'm kind of disappointed the combat lasted 1 round.
What? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing was to finally get a good direction in our adventure going, rather than Sarah going out, be like, go out, don't fuck anything up, and we're like, mission unaccomplished.
Can I roll a driving test to see how well I do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you and 32 roll a driving test. You get the slot benefit 32 that you already had, and I'm gonna roll for our last friend Portman and see how
I'm
well
gonna
y'all fuck
use-
up your new bikes.
Check
Nice,
succeeded.
I'm gonna use the Emperor's Blessing to get 2 blue dice. Nice.
Let's go, Portman.
Let's go.
Better
Wow,
at driving
you
than
all
me.
you all learned how to drive these oddly unpredictable cutters somehow.
We are, Sigismund has experience from the fucking hoverboard.
You've
I'm a
probably
natural.
been off the back.
I'm
of,
extremely
like,
jealous knowing that I have to be the one to drive the car and I don't get to drive the cool bikes, but it's fine because I know eventually I'll get to ride one.
Well,
Yeah. Also,
well,
you're the
here's
one who
here's the
decides
thing
to
to
give your
consider.
bike
They're
to.
on the bikes that, yeah, they have mounted guns, but you have the best turret on yours.
True. But if
Look,
he
man.
gets on it, he'll die. So I'll
Yeah.
encourage them to not get near the gun.
Can you even reach the gun?
The gun's on the gun is like you would stand up from the back seat of it is how it's been built in.
The real question is if you can see, when you go for the gun.
I told you I brought a crate. I can move it from the front seat to the turret.
Fair.
Oh, and as Skrulk humbly pulls out, would one of you roll 1d3?
Okay.
All right, cool. So you do notice that Portman's bike, one of the blades, is covered in a lot of blood.
Incredible.
Because, yeah, one of them requires a lot of cleaning of blood and gore off of it from the Escher that got knocked into it and cut asunder.
It.
Excuse me, she has a name.
Yeah, bitch.
Add. Oh.
Corpse starch.
Corpse
Yeah.
starch.
Soylent Green. All right. But I think that's a lovely point to end off on. Thank you very much.
They'll pay
everyone.
extra for this.
Hope you have a good
Bye.
one. Take care.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye,
Peace.
John.
Bye.